Solo Leveling is indeed peak. And as y'all can see, I got a poster up, so you can already tell that I'm gonna suck its dick hard. Solo Leveling is definitely a must watch, 100% hands down. If you want to get into anime, dare I say that this is a really good starting point. I mean, it might make your standards really high, because apparently animation for Sakamoto Days is bad. Like, it's not bad whatsoever, it's pretty good. And people might even say that's a hot take. I'm a D1 glazer at this anime, the poster. I got a whole case for it. So I'm gonna say nothing but good things. I lied. I am currently reading the manhwa. I believe I'm on chapter 94. I kind of want to read the whole Jeju Island arc because they abandoned a lot of stuff, which is one of the negatives that I will say about this show. The premise, it's really straightforward. Main character starts at the bottom, works his way up, become one of the strongest, if not the strongest person in the whole show. A world where ordinary people awaken these magical powers, and there's these gates that appear out of nowhere. These gates are essentially called dungeons. These people who have awakened their magical powers, they're called hunters. And in these dungeons, there's these magical creatures that the hunters must go in and stop before they come out and, you know, fuck us all in the ass. And these hunters, they rank from E, meaning the lowest, like your dog shit, hang it up, put the fries in the bag, bro, type of level, to S rank, meaning you're one of the strongest people in the whole world. And that's basically like the whole premise of the show. And the main character that we follow is Jinu. And Jinu, he's garbage, bro. He's trash. Bro can't even fight the lowest of the low enemies without being hurt. He's essentially useless. Like, he's so bad that he earned himself the title the weakest hunter in the whole entire world. But you gotta respect it though. Despite him being utter dog shit, he goes at it, gets hurt, gets healed, rinse, repeat. He does this so he can earn money for his family. Gino goes on this one mission where everything goes completely wrong. He called it a double dungeon, a dungeon within a dungeon, which never happens or is very, very rare. Everybody in his party, left, right, people were getting burned, chopped in half. You get the idea. Jinu is looking at death right in the face. Long story short, Jinu sacrifices himself for the rest of his party. Everybody starts leaving one by one, and he's just there all by himself. That's when he kind of starts talking shit, because everybody else was making excuses how they have a family, they want to live, they have kids, this, that, and the third. And he starts basically talking shit like, oh, you're a piece of shit. Like, I also have a family. I also want to live too. And while he's there on like this platform, he wishes he had a second chance. This thing pops up basically saying he was chosen by this system. At this point, we don't know what the system is, and even now that season 2 has ended, we still don't know. And the system essentially gives him this power that no other hunter has, which is the ability to keep leveling up. You can level up everything: agility, strength, mana. It's like a video game. Think of Elden Ring, because when I was watching it, that's kind of how I pictured it. Everything kind of reminds me of Elden Ring. You start at the bottom, tarnish, work your way up. Elden Lord has rank. He gets quests, summoned, items. You get the idea. So we witness him going from the weakest to top of the top. And like I said, nothing special. We've seen it time and time again. Apparently it copied Hunter x Hunter. I've personally never watched it, so I can't really speak on that. I mean, if they did copy it, I might have to watch Hunter x Hunter, because I like the premise of Solo Leveling, so I'm pretty sure I'll like that as well. The animation is beautiful. Like, it's done really, really well. And the action, that's just like a cherry on top. Like, that shit, it goes unnecessarily hard. And when I mean action, bro, like, there's a lot of action. You see him fight people left and right, damn near. There's like a fighting scene every episode, or at the very least every other episode. We get to see him fight stronger enemies, and every time he defeats these enemies, he gets newer items. He gets the ability to summon. Like, these fights are like Jujutsu Kaisen type of level. And the soundtrack, bro, don't even get me started on the soundtrack. Actually, let me show you. Almost every song that come from Solo Leveling, I've added to my playlist. I've added Dark Aria, Request. Like, these are just 2 that I've added. I don't know if y'all could see. I'm definitely gonna go back and add more. I feel like I missed a few that I liked. The soundtrack just elevates these fight scenes to a whole new level. Okay, I think y'all get the idea that Solo Leveling is a really good show. Now let's get to some of the negatives. It doesn't really build any more characters aside from Jinu. I mean, his sister, maybe we see a good amount of her in the show, but aside from her, that's pretty much it. But there's this healer that was always by his side, always healed him every time he got hurt. And after a while, we just kind of stopped seeing her. More towards season 2, like, sometimes we would get like little snippets of her, like see what she's doing, whatnot. But that's literally it. If it's not Jinu, it doesn't really matter. They're not fleshed out. They're just there in the background. To me, I don't really mind. Like, I'm not really here to watch anybody else but him. Like, I really don't give a fuck. I'm just here to watch Jinu fuck people up left and right. That's really all I'm here for. Another negative is that they build up these fights just for Jinu to just basically one-shot them. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but pretty much what happens, he dog walks them. There isn't like a moment where it's like, oh shit, well, Jinu actually loses. Like, we don't think of that. It could be lackluster, and I see that because it's like you're building something up so much. It feels like anticlimactic to me. I'm gonna get into spoilers. Look at the season finale of season 2, Biru. They built this boss so hard just for Gino to walk all over him. Yeah, there was moments where making it seem like he was fucking Gino up. At one point he got poisoned, he couldn't move, but at the end of the day, like, don't get me wrong, they were going back and forth. I wasn't expecting Biru to fold like that. I don't know if I'm making sense, but without a doubt, Biru definitely gave Gino the most challenge. I mean, it makes sense. It is the final arc of season 2, so I would hope he would give Gino a challenge, but even then, it could be seen as lackluster, which I get. But like I said before, this to me, I could care less. Like, I don't give a fuck about it. I'm just pointing out negatives that I see. Like, yes, I'm a D1 glazer of this show, but I'm not gonna ignore the negatives that it has. Aside from season 1, season 2 doesn't really have a lot of risks. Like, look at the Baron fight. I'd say they built it up pretty well. They built it up a good amount of episodes just for Gino to fuck him up. Like, it did not last that long. When I finished watching that scene, the first initial thought was I expected more hands being thrown from both of them, but there just wasn't. Like, that was when I kind of started to see that there isn't a lot of risks at hand for Gino, and that was the first time where I've seen that could become an issue. He's just hella calm. I mean, it makes sense because season 1 obviously is when he starts to like get the hang of this system, everything that comes with the system. In season 1, there are moments where he could potentially die, like the snake. Igris was giving him the work. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but yeah, season 2, that kind of gets thrown out the window. Gino just starts clapping cheeks left and right. I know I said that the show doesn't really have any more characters. That kind of changes in season 2, like with Gino now being widely known as the 10th S rank hunter. We obviously get to see more S rank hunters, so they kind of give more depth to more characters, which is nice to see. It does make the story better overall. Will they stick around? I guess we'll see in season 3. The anime, it leaves a good chunk out from the manhwa, the one that I could think off the top of my head. Like when he fights Goto Ryuji, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm probably butchering it, but when he fights him, at the end of the fight in the anime, it looks like Goto just broke a little sweat and that was it, or it's like kind of evenly matched. But in the manhwa, what they left out was that when the fight ended, Gino was fine, like he was chilling, but Goto, he was kind of sweating. How it portrayed to me was like he was kind of traumatized, like he saw something that he's never seen before. So like in the manhwa, it was like a bunch of just sweat, like pouring down, like he was gassed. And in the anime, we just don't see that. They completely took that out. I get why they have to, like there's only so much you could cram into like 21-22 minute episodes. I get it, but I feel like that should have been left in because it looked like they were evenly matched. In the manhwa, it's obvious that they weren't. Like Ryuji was gassed, and like I said, in the anime, you just don't see that. One more thing, why the fuck would they snitch on the S rank healer? I went to the raid with them. Like, bruh, they were just yapping like, oh, but this S rank healer, nothing could stop us. Oh, he's the strongest healer we have. This, that, and the third. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. And when Biru comes in, bro, who's the first person that it kills? Who the first person that he beheads? The fucking healer. Like, bro, y'all motherfuckers need to shut up. They literally snitched on him, bro. Like, who was the only person to die? The fucking healer, bro. The healer died. Why? Because they wouldn't shut the fuck up. Like, I was watching and I was like, bro, y'all really snitching on homie. Like, leave him alone. Like, shut up. Alright, that's it. I'll add this somewhere. I don't know where. But yeah, I'll stop yapping about it. I 100% recommend this anime. Beautifully done. Action's chef's kiss. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you next time.